All right, we're good to go.
Cool.
Welcome to the podcast, the Bout Whatever podcast. Gia,
Hi.
how you doing? So, since you're new to the episode or new to this podcast, when we start out, I just want to give everybody who's listening kind of like a little bit of a breakdown, where your background, where you're from. I did a little bit of research. I think you're from Bed-Stuy, right? Adjacent.
Yeah.
So give me a little bit of like your early years coming up and just a little background information or so.
Well, I grew up in, I guess, the Bed-Stuy started 3 blocks from where I grew up, so I could jack Bed-Stuy if I wanted to.
Okay.
But if no one knows where I live, like I'm from Clinton Hill,
Okay.
but if no one knows where that is, I'm like, oh yeah, Bed-Stuy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I grew up in Clinton Hill. And I moved to Crown Heights like when I was 18, so I've been in Brooklyn my whole life.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And so, I looked at let's talk about how we actually met.
Okay.
I don't know if you even remember.
How do we
okay,
meet?
it's because it was very brief. Okay, back in the day, I used to work at Mass Appeal.
Shut the fuck up. No, you didn't.
I did.
Shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
I did. That's where I met you. I met you at It wasn't. I didn't meet you at the office. I met you. This was like what, 2013, I think.
What?
Yeah, I started off as an intern, and then I worked as like.
Wait. Okay. Were you on that call on Clubhouse a couple days ago? It was like a journalist meetup call or whatever.
No, I'm not on Clubhouse. My guy over here, he's always on Clubhouse.
Yo, Clubhouse is the shit.
Yeah, I don't even know anything. I mean, I guess I didn't get what it's about.
It's like the biggest cheat code.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Matrix opened up.
No. Okay. But yeah, okay. So Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
I worked on the record label side.
Decon.
No, because it was Decon before, and then they just made it Mass Appeal Records.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I met you. We did a rooftop party. What's that sneaker store over on the west side? And it's got the rooftop, and it was Raycon performed that night. Raycon, I think was
God,
it
it's
Raycon
like
or
in the middle of
Ghostface?
city. It's like 34th or something.
Yeah,
It's
on the west
huge.
side. Yeah,
Damn,
it was a
that
big
called?
event we did.
Uh-huh.
Stock X, is it?
No, it's not that. It's something else.
Something.
It's something mad like weird and low key, but
Yeah.
everyone knows that it's
Yeah.
there. Fuck, what is
Yeah,
that?
I forgot. Anyways, so we were doing the event. I was walking around doing my thing at the end. I think you just like came up to me and like asked if you took a photo of me or something like that with my friend, my old roommate at the time. And I think we spoke briefly like after that, like over Instagram, and then I think that's it. But basically it was just like a very light introduction, and I think that's how I got to know. That was like when you were kind of just like, we'll get into what you do and stuff, but like
That's crazy.
yeah, right?
That's so crazy.
I don't know. I've always like watched your page and just, kept up with all the stuff you're doing. I think it's super interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. But give me more of like a rundown of like what it is that you do and what you're working on and a bunch of things.
Oh, what I do and what I'm working on.
Yeah, I got a couple of things I want to touch on. Yeah, but like get into because let's talk about you do a lot of like strategy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about like online strategy, advertisements, and some of your like cinematography work that you're doing.
Okay.
And,
yeah. I kind of picked that up maybe like 2 years ago because I stopped being in the journalism world as frequently as I was before. And I always loved like video and media and content and stuff like that, but I never had the opportunity to be behind the scenes to do that. And you know what really happened? Like I was tired of going to shit and not having a photographer with me. Yeah. I'm like, I'm cute. I'm with like J. Cole right now and nobody knows. Yeah. I'm like tired of this shit.
I need proof.
I need proof. Like this is some bullshit.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, pictures or it didn't happen.
Exactly.
But I mean, but you don't want to be the person like going up to J. Cole like, come on, like just starting out like, come on, let me get a pic.
Yeah.
Like, don't want to be that. You don't want to be that girl.
But I'm just adjacent. Like, just capture me while I'm actually doing the work that I say I'm doing, so I can say, hey, I do this. Yeah. And not just be like, you know what I mean? So that's what my, I guess, entry point into creating media for myself was. And yeah, I did one article for Afropunk like when I was like 17, And then I got on LinkedIn,
Okay.
and the founder found me. Weirdly enough, I don't know how this man found me. Like, I have no idea.
Of Afropunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Found me on LinkedIn and was like, "Hey, we need a social media like person to help us with the festival." I'm like, "Okay, cool, yeah." So I had a meeting with him. I talked my shit, and he's like, "Yeah. Here's the Instagram codes. Fuck it up."
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's cool.
So I really started doing digital content strategy. And then after that, I worked for V-Files doing the same thing, like week-long initiatives. And yeah.
What about, I'm interested too why you stopped working in journalism, because I also went to school for television, radio, like media. And I had a radio show in college. And that's how I know like Radimus and all those guys. I did like a hip hop radio show, and we used to do ciphers all around the city and stuff. Yeah, Radimus is dope. I love that dude. I've known him for years now at this point. It's like great. But yeah, when I first started going to college, I did journalism instead of media. And I just
Wait, where'd you go to college?
Well, I went 3 different colleges, but
Oh my god.
but only for like it was weird. So when I was in high school, I played baseball, and so I had a scholarship to go play in New Jersey. But before it could kick in, I had to do a semester in Florida because I got recruited late, I guess, in my senior year. So I went to Santa Fe College, which is like right next to the University of Florida, in Gainesville. And then I went to Jersey in January of that year, played baseball for 2 years, and then decided I didn't want to play anymore. And then I don't know, I was in Rutherford, so I could see the city from where I lived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was so close, I could just like walk out and just hop on the bus and go, even though I never had the chance to with like being in college over there. In baseball, it's like that's basically a full-time job.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then I stopped doing that, and I don't know why. I first started looking up schools, and I went to I found Brooklyn College. And it was literally the only school and first school that I visited. I like wrote a couple schools, like trying to get like tours and stuff like that. But it was honestly the first school that I went to that like I just immediately felt comfortable there. And it's also one of the few schools in the city that has a campus vibe.
Yeah,
you know, it's like
once you're in it, it's like a different
world.
World.
Because it's like it's got the lawn, it's got like, you know, it's not like NYU where it's just like buildings and Union Square and shit. You can't really kind of tell it's a school or whatever. I think the only other one that kind of has a campus is Columbia. I think they have like
Columbia's gated off, so it definitely feels more campusy.
But yeah, no, I did journalism. I wasn't a fan of the writing, to be honest. I'm more of like a hands-on type of thing, I think. And yeah,
as you can say.
And I just feel like it's I don't know, I just felt limited in it, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it's so based on the writing aspect that, or at least when I was young, I should say.
Yeah,
so what made you
intellectual. Like it's not really like, you know,
it's like not really fun.
Did you read that
to me
about
to me it's not fun.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not fun. Honestly, it's not fun.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Is that one of the reasons why you stopped doing it? But I see you write a lot now though. But is it kind of for your own thing? It's different, right?
Yeah. For my, I mean, that's why I started my passion project, which is the Last Days Project, because I wanted to do interviews, but I didn't want to sit there and transcribe 30 minutes of an interview. Like, who wants to do that? Who the fuck? I don't care. Like, I love the person my subject and like their art, but I don't want to go through like, what did they say? Like that, oh my God, that was the worst part about journalism for me. It took like the fun out of it for me. So I just condensed that into like one question. Here you go. Great. We vibed. We can talk regular as human beings. It's not like a very like subject type of situation. I felt like it was very political, which is funny because it's journalism. Like people on the outside don't think that there's like, you know, a whole bunch of like hierarchy and
I feel like it's any office has its politics, right? Yeah. It's like I just feel like, you know, it's undeniable that it's just going to come into play. Like seniority comes into a play in a corporate world, you know.
It's super corporate.
Yeah, it's like weird.
Super corporate.
That's like one of my big things that I like. Before we go forwards, I'll cut back to Mass Appeal. I love Mass Appeal. They're great. The one thing that I didn't find out, or that I didn't like, but I think this applies to all levels of any label or any entry level position.
Yeah.
Like your opinion as a new employee isn't necessarily valued, but the things that you're saying make sense, or it could be potential big moves, or things that somebody might eventually move on later when they could have had it earlier, but they might not want to take your advice because of you're new here. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, it's like, if the idea is good, the idea is good.
Right.
You know?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I remember being in the office, like the little glass door office.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the print issue. And I was saying, because I was really hip to like what was happening while it was happening. Like I had interviewed SZA. Like I had interviewed like I was in the studio with Chance because my homies knew him. Like I was very much in the culture.
Yeah.
And I approached them about Willow Smith, and I was like, "Yo, Willow is gonna be crazy. Like she's not one of these like celebrity like my dad is whatever type of people. Like she's on her own thing." And they were like, "We don't see it," and I'm like, "What?"
How old was this? When she was? How far was this? Was this after Whip My Hair Back and forth?
This was like her second phase of like coming into herself.
See, I could see it. I could see why somebody would say, but I get it though. She's great now. I mean, I don't really listen to all her stuff, but whenever she puts out stuff and I see it, I'll listen just to check it out.
But she
Same
had
with Jaden.
a peaking. That was that was her peaking right there. That would have been
how old?
She
was like what, 12?
No. She wasn't. She looked super young, right?
But that Whip My Hair Back and forth.
For that, yeah, she was like 12.
Like 12. Okay.
She was like 16.
When
she was doing her metamorphosis.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, how do you not see this? And like, why am I here?
It's frustrating, right?
If not to be that voice to say, this is something that y'all should be hip to. I'm literally like, you hired me because I'm a young black girl. You know what I mean? You need that perspective. You don't have it. Why are you not taking my perspective seriously?
Yeah.
So
it's like you gotta put in like 6 months. You gotta like you haven't done a year yet. You know, it's just like,
for what, bro? Like for fucking what? You want me to push pencils for a year and then give you a valuable fucking idea? Like I would have fired myself if we were
for real
being serious. You know?
Yeah. Let's talk about some of your other passion projects. I do want to touch on the Last Days things, but I think we need to like touch on some other stuff first, because I think that's pretty in depth. That's pretty deep of a subject too. I felt like so.
It's very
Let's talk to me about some of the other projects that you do. And I see you doing explain to me the Christmas gift thing.
Oh, okay. So basically,
because I saw that the other day, and I was like, what
did you like it?
I did. I honestly. Okay, first off, before we go, I keep going.
It's cool.
It's my
cool.
ADD.
It's good.
I was gonna tell you to actually bring one of those like boxes. I'm gonna order one off you for sure. But I was gonna tell. That's why I was hoping your boyfriend was gonna come.
He's coming.
Is it Sinatra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna come.
He has the hoodies, right? He makes a clothing
I'll text
brand.
him and tell him.
Tell him.
He literally just texted me. Look at that. He said, "Okay, be here soon."
Tell him if he gets an extra large grass is greener black hoodie, I'll buy it.
Baby, bring an extra large grass is greener hoodie. In what color? In black.
And I'll cash
a customer. Okay, you have a customer, so bring it if you have it. If you don't, bring something else. I don't know.
All right. So Christmas projects, Christmas deals. Tell me some of these bundle packages.
Okay. Well, it's not just for Christmas. It's just for the holidays in general. I'm very inclusive.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, should say holidays. Yeah. I have been saying holidays. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's all good. So when I was a kid, and this still happens as a tradition in my family, my mom. We were poor. You know what I mean? Like we were really fucking like struggling. But my mom would always put together like this little package for my sisters and I that had like shit from the 99-cent store. You know what I mean? Like pencils,
like your equivalent of my stocking stuffer.
Is There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
But it was in like a little box or like a little like thing or whatever. She like put newspaper around it. My mom is a creative genius. Like she's super out of this world. But she'd make these for us, and give it to us on New Year's. So I would always feel like super inspired to say, okay, these are my goals, and write it in my new stationery book. Or like she'd give me like cheap headphones or whatever I wanted to do. She would give me that in, I guess, whatever way she could. And it just helped me to recenter and like shed from the last year. It was just like practical stuff. Like she's not buying me something that I'm not gonna get value out of. Who the fuck is that? What is that? Do you hear
dirt
that?
bikes outside.
Ridiculous.
We just gotta work through it.
Ridiculous. Oh, they're doing construction?
No. It was a dirt bike or a motorcycle like riding by.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good. No, it's not no constant sound.
Okay. Yeah, my mom would give me
the bundle packages. Okay.
Bundle packages.
All right. Awesome.
So I figured like I have my own productivity hacks that I use that work for me. Like I can bang something out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you like hacks from college or like hacks from journalism world. That I felt like people who reach out to me like, oh, you're so inspiring, or oh, you're so, how do you do this? I want to actually give them like, here you go, you can do it. This is it. This is the blueprint.
The starter package. The starter pack. Yeah.
This is the starter
This is like spark the idea.
Exactly.
Spark the mind to get going. I got you. I got you.
So it has like little colored candles in it. There's some chargers in there. There's like a little mini mirror so you can look at yourself and like, manifest and stuff.
Okay.
There's like little notebooks, big notebooks. There's actually a little timer. So I'm a big advocate of like timing yourself. So if I know I have a task, I'm setting a 30-minute timer. How like quickly can I bang that out? And then I can kind of
for a task that you decide you want to do, you set a timer.
Yes.
Okay.
And
what's
so
that?
good.
How does that work for you? What's that do for you?
It keeps me accountable.
Okay.
It keeps me accountable, and then it also gives me.
Well, it's hard to keep yourself accountable for yourself too. Right? Yeah.
Paradox. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm like trying to be, I got a subject, I got to do a project for somebody and I'm like, time crunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it is a time crunch for myself to prove a point, right? Like to prove a point to yourself. Right?
Yeah. And it's a muscle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to, and this is something that I literally get into all the time. Like every 3 weeks, I'm like, well, it's time to be depressed. And I just watch Netflix and don't do shit. But it's hard to get out of that. So that's what really this starter pack is like. Okay, there are days when you're not going to want to do anything. There's days when you want to like you're struggling, or like you have writer's block or whatever, creative blocks or whatever. But having like a notebook to write things down just changes.
This is a new thing for me. I just did I don't do this often.
Seriously?
No.
Okay, how does it make you feel?
Whenever I do it, I appreciate it. But also, my brain has always been the type of person that just like, kind of just like switches on, and I can kind of just like review people's stuff, and I'm just more of like, toss me in the moment, I'm just gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? But with certain things, like I wrote a couple of notes just because we don't know each other as well, so I just want things that I wanted to touch on.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm really bad with like journaling.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm horrible.
You never had a diary or anything?
Here. It's up here.
All your dark secrets in your brain.
No, I you know what? I have tried to, I've tried having like a diary and stuff, and I'll do it for like a month, and then I just forget it. I'm like, and it slips, and it just slips and slips. A week becomes 2 weeks, and then you're like, okay,
Total opposite.
And also when I'm writing, I'm like, why am I writing this, bro? Like, I'm just like, I'm like trying to think what to write, I'm like overthinking what I want to write. And I'm just like, isn't this defeating the point? Like the point should be, I should just write whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I just had to break through the barrier.
Automatic writing.
Yeah.
It's like a writing practice that gets your subconscious on the paper.
Yeah.
Try that out.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, that's what it is like, I just have to write and just not, I'll look at what I say and I'll be like, what? I'll judge what I'm saying. I'm like, why did I even? And not that it's anything bad. I'm just like, this is stupid. Yeah. Like shit like that. So it's like hard to cross that line. But I definitely do. I respect the ability to stay on track with keeping notes and like journaling.
You kind of have to,
Yeah.
Like if you work for yourself as an entrepreneur, as a creative, you kind of have to hold yourself to a certain regard. Like you have to say, okay, I'm clocking in today.
Yeah.
If you had a boss, you'd have tasks every day.
Yeah.
So for me, like I sit down, I wake up, I already have a to-do list from yesterday, to be honest, but I look at that list. What didn't I do? Then I'm like, okay, I can tell myself either you're on track or you're not. But if you don't even have any visibility of what your responsibilities are, you can kind of, there's just chaos.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
And I see, and one thing I did notice about you and like a lot of stuff that you say on your page is you go through like what you're trying to do with your bundle packages, like to spark an interest, spark the mind to get going. I see a lot of times you're pretty open about going through it, but enforcing yourself to keep working, right? Ooh, I need a little sip too. Yeah.
You want some chlorophyll?
No. Maybe another time. So talk to me. How'd you get into the? I mean, the human psyche is always like super interesting to me. You know what I mean? And I really do plan to have like a variety of guests on this show just because I want to hear what everybody's thinking and what everybody's up to. But like, how did you build that? Because I can't. Was it always there?
Build what?
The ability to push through and like some people will allow their down moments to last and last and last for months and months.
Well, I do that too. So.
Yeah, but I also see you're open about it on your page. So
how did I get open about it, or how did I actually like
both
do it? Okay.
How how did you get to it, and what made you feel comfortable about talking about it publicly?
Well, I was teased a lot when I was a kid. Like
me too.
So bad.
Middle school, but it was 6th and 8th grade, dude.
Fucking bitches, like all
fucking
of them.
Bullies.
Fuck you, okay? Fuck all of you.
All the 2 bullies that I had in middle school, I know they're not doing that good.
They're not.
No, they're not doing that good.
They probably have like alopecia and like corns on their feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking cable bills that they ain't paid.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
just start calling it.
All right, good vibes. Okay, cool. So I was teased a lot, and that kind of forced me to boss up a little bit because it was really bad. Like you said, you went to different colleges. I actually went to 3 different high schools.
Oh, okay.
And back in the day, high schools were like jails. So like I went to. Are you okay? You're not from New York, so you're not gonna know this pretty well. But
my high school didn't have windows in the classroom, so I'll put it that way. But it was a cool school.
Okay, damn, y'all
can't
can't breathe.
Jesus Christ. Deerfield Beach. Yeah.
God.
Shout out Deerfield Beach.
Shout out. Okay,
so you're not. So trust me, your school stories aren't gonna. I'm not gonna judge you.
That's cool. I don't care if you judge me either way. Like, that's fine. So I went to. So long story short, like, I have always wanted to be a performer. That's just been my lifelong dream and something that I really, really love to do. So I auditioned for a performing arts school. Like basically this is so weird. My elementary school was a performing arts school. Like it was super like elitist. It's so fucking weird. Like it's like in the middle of Clinton Hill. It's called PS11. Shout out PS11.
Yo, I love the whole PS thing. Because I remember watching it on Hey Arnold when I was a kid and being like, when I moved to New York, I was like, oh shit, they're actually PS schools.
Yeah. Public school, whatever.
No, number. That's funny.
Exactly, because there's like 2 billion of them. Like,
yeah. So. How do you have a mascot? What's the mascot for a public 211?
I don't even think we had a mascot.
It's like, how does that work?
How do you do? You don't have mascots.
Does it only work for like? Does it? Isn't PS in high school too? Does it go up to high school or is that only elementary?
Sometimes it goes up to high school.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the school.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So like if it was a PS high school, like what's your...
Like there was a time period where they kind of... New York switched up the grade system, like in the middle of me being in elementary school. So they were like, oh, actually this is what high school is. It's this year, this year, this year.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go to high school faster. So I don't know. Sometimes like the school would have a middle school and a high school in it, so you would just go to like a different floor. But yeah, there was just some schools. But it's cold as shit in here. Damn.
Yeah, we turned the AC off.
So long story short, I wanted to perform. I was like, Mom, I need to be in a singing school. Like hello. Yeah. So I told my mom like, I really want to perform. Like my mom and my dad are creatives.
Yeah.
Like thank God, because I'm such like a match of everything. But my dad is like a really famous dancer in the house and hip hop scene, and my mom is a painter.
Okay.
So when I told my parents, like, I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to do all these things, they're like, okay, cool, let's do it. But that didn't end up happening. Unfortunately. I auditioned for the school. I did like ballet and I sung. And they hit me back. They sent me like a formal letter like, hi, to this, may concern.
Yeah.
You didn't get in. And I was like, right? Yeah. My dreams are crushed. Yeah. And I was like, I'm good. Like, I know I'm good. Like, get out of here. So I cried and like was like, fuck school. Yeah. And I ended up applying for a school that was John Jay. It was John Jay School of Journalism. Okay. No, not the college.
There's a high school?
It's a high school. Oh. Yeah, John Jay High School, which is one of the most terrible schools. Like,
how so? Explain.
Oh my God.
I want to hear stories.
People brought guns there. Like, people, like, it was a fucked up school. Like, it was like some shit you would see in
like that movie with Morgan Freeman where he's like...
That was my school.
Where he's the principal in Jersey. Is it in Jersey?
Yes, it was in Jersey. Yeah. It was in fucking Jersey. Absolutely.
What's the name of that movie?
Lean on Me.
Yeah, Lean on Me. Yeah,
it was fucking Lean on Me shit.
I just saw a video online of like the dudes who sang in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They like recreated as they're older.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
I think I saw it on Instagram or maybe World Star or something. One of those websites. Yeah, they like went back to the bathroom and like sang it in the bathroom. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's dope.
So your school was like that. All right.
My school was the spitting image of that. Yeah.
Okay, so being an art student and being this creative, how did that? I assume those two worlds clashed.
Oh my God. Traumatic experiences. So they denied me. I ended up going to that school, and then they sent a letter saying, oh yeah, actually you can come.
Okay.
So I was like, I couldn't go because the way the fucking like New York school system is once you're in a school, you're in a school.
Oh.
So I was like,
you can't. Your parents can't withdraw you and put you in another school.
I don't think they were. I don't think that they were educated enough to know about that to do it. I mean, hindsight is 20/20. I'm pretty sure they could have done something, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, well, damn, here I am, and there's nothing to do with performing. It's just really like technical. And it was 3 different schools. So it was journalism, law, and research. Okay. And these are all like...
How big is the school? How many kids?
Giant fucking enormous.
Yeah, okay.
It was like... It was in Park Slope, so it was like huge, like a huge block.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like... It looked like a jail. It's a fucking jail. It was a jail. It was not a school. I went to jail, okay? I went to jail.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But long story short, like, I was teased so bad because I was different. I was like, I didn't grow up in, I grew up in the hood, but I wasn't a hood girl. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So when I got to the place where like people were like super hood, it was like, it was really bad. It was really, really bad. And we were super poor, so I didn't have clothes. Like, it was just a different ball game that I wasn't exposed to. I'm just like, I want to do art, and that was not the shit.
And how did you combat that? How did you push through? How did you make it?
Thank you. To go back to the question.
No.
So that was the moment when I had to just like develop really tough skin and say, okay, I'm either gonna like die in this situation or no, legit though. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, I feel you. I know that, like the feeling of being scared every time you have to go to school in the morning.
My mom actually got me out of the school. That's how I ended up in another school, which was like a transitioning school. And I'm super fucking smart. Like, I got the best grades out of my school. Yeah. Legit. And I was just like, I don't want to be here. Like, everyone was like, why are you here? Like, I don't fucking know why I'm here. The system.
It just happened.
Like, the system, guy. Yeah. The system. The man. That's why I'm here.
It just happened.
Like, but like, I went to the other school. The same thing happened. It was really bad. Like, really, really bad. And then I finally did go to a performing arts school. Like what is it? Freshman? Sophomore year. Might as well.
Yo, I had the highest
school. I don't even remember school stuff.
I had the best grades in my whole school. What's 4
plus 4?
What's freshman? Sophomore. That's funny.
Oh man. Oh my god. Yeah.
That's funny.
Fuck school. I hate talking about school. It just gets me so tight.
Yeah.
But that experience really taught me, like, okay, one, I know I can move around anyone because I was literally around every type of person. So I know I developed that skill, and then also I just had to develop this really tough skin of just being like, if I want to get something done, I have to do it, because clearly the system is failing me. The system is failing my parents.
Yeah.
The system is like it's not built for me. So if I want something, I have to really like be like, look, y'all finna get me out this goddamn school.
Yeah.
I'm sending letters. I'm formally showing up. I'm doing all the work that I need to do. I'm making sure my grades reflect my intelligence, and I'm not just like, like leaning into what the fuck shit was in that school, like, to be frank with you. And I finally did get out of the schools and ended up going to Brooklyn School, music and theater.
Okay, cool. Yeah, when you mentioned being able to like be around all different types of people, that's like one of the main things. I always think about what it would be like to go to school in New York. I always wish that, like, I can't even imagine, because I was like, I used to get in trouble in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I can't even imagine the trouble I would have got in when your parents like are like, okay, you can take the train to school by yourself. It's like, what? I can't even imagine. But the one thing that I want to touch on is just like, that's what the one thing that I love about New York. I feel the same, not from school, but just from living here for almost 10 years now. It's just like, I feel prepared to handle any type of situation and like
it's
anybody,
like boot camp.
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, and nothing surprises me anymore. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in nothing, and I try to stay away from the word weird. That's like one thing that I've been trying to do.
That's different.
Been trying to stay away from the word weird. I tell because my sister just says it all the time, and I'm like, stop saying weird. And, you know what I mean? Like, for other people's lifestyles, like being weird. I try to stay away from that word.
Yeah. It's just a different perspective and and New York teaches you that, because there's every type of person that exists in the world. There's one copy of them here.
Exactly. And the city, no matter what you're into, there's a scene for you. There's a crowd or a place. Not right now, unfortunately.
Virtually there is, though.
Virtually, yeah.
In the chats.
Well, shout out New York City.
It's all right.
It's alright.
It's all right. Whatever.
So, okay, let's go into last day's project.
Okay, yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
So the Last Days project is a photo archive that I started in 2016.
Okay.
My godmother, Marjorie Smarth, passed away from cancer, and that really, really impacted me a lot. And that was a time when I was kind of really fed up with journalism and how it worked. Like, we have people speaking out about the system now, but when I was like in it, no one was talking about that. It was like taboo to be like to talk about the injustices, like I'm not getting paid, or like I'm being mistreated by people, like or sexism, all this stuff was not talked about. So I was really fed up, and I had no one to talk to, you know what I mean? So I was just like, fuck this shit. I'm not, like, why am I spending weeks working on something and I'm not really getting any type of like recognition from it, or I'm not even getting paid from it. Like, I work super, like, you already know, like, we worked super hard.
A lot of hours.
Like, I felt like I built something and was not credited for it. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm dealing with a family loss right now. I don't even want to put energy into bullshit. Like, I don't want to go ask like an artist, so what are you wearing today? So who's your inspirations? Like, what does that have to do with life? Like, we're in real fucking life right now, and you want me to go talk to this person about the talking points are like frivolous. Like, that's just, it was just so stupid to me. And that's not what I thought journalism was. I thought it was investigative, like, reporting. Like, what are we talking about? How are you impacting your culture? What are we doing? Like, I really was on some grassroots, like, Black Panther shit in my brain. That was journalism to me. You know
it's
what
crazy.
I mean?
And it goes back to the whole building up the corporate ladder thing and like valuing your opinions. I can assume that, like, one of the reasons why you did this Last Days project and the Passion project is because you had control. and it's something that you can do and nobody can interfere with because you're the one who created it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, hit the.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I mean, it's similar with this. Like, I avoided, like, originally I thought this was gonna be like I was originally gonna do like a music blog, you know, but because I love, like, I literally just binge watch YouTube all day and find new artists all day and, you know, pitch them here and there if I can. But it's just, I don't know. It was just like I was sick of explaining things to people and hoping that they would have the response that I wanted. You know, like expecting the response that you expect.
It's draining.
And it's so hard. It's so hard. You have to like stop that. You know what I mean? Like you really have to like let that go.
Yeah.
Because it just, you like get super. Yeah, you know, nothing worse than like being super excited about something and then you tell somebody and they're like,
I don't get it.
Well, maybe.
We're looking for evergreen content. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? What is that?
I don't even.
Evergreen.
I haven't heard that term.
Oh my god. Okay.
What? Tell me.
Evergreen?
Tell me a little bit. I'm gonna think this here.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna Google it. So I'm like, yeah. There was this one time I pitched something to someone. I won't even say who it was. This big company, whatever.
Yeah, we'll keep the names out of it.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, we're looking for more evergreen content." And I was like, "Bitch, what
is evergreen?"
Okay, I'm about to say.
I live on the evergreen block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bet this is gonna be great for you.
Wonder if they have anything in common.
They don't. No, evergreen is just, okay, what is evergreen content? A guide to long-lasting content. So it's basically something that, like, can roll over, that's always relevant. And that is subjective to who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which is, like, another way of being like, we don't really fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah. They try to, like, make it sound nice.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just like, dude, I just sent you a whole paragraph of all the reasons why this works relative to your brand and your audience, and you're gonna say, hey, we need more evergreen content, but keep in touch.
Yeah. So talk to me about about the people you photographed. I saw a couple of them. You done Childish Gambino?
Yeah,
you did Childish Gambino. You did Naomi Campbell.
Project Naomi Campbell. Yeah.
Who else?
Thundercat.
How did you go about getting these pictures? Where were you at when you got these?
Well,
were you
I was
traveling
still a
for
journalist. Them? Yeah, this is like 3 years ago. So I was still like, this isn't
all these photos weren't taken in New York. Were you were traveling?
No, I was traveling. Like, cool. I went to Rolling Loud. I was in California for Complex Con.
Okay.
What was the other one that happened? There was like another festival that happened, but I was just festival hopping because that's like what I was already doing. Like, I had interviews still booked up. Yeah. So while I was doing the interviews, I was just like, well, actually I do this and I want to take your photo for this and whatever. Afropunk in Brooklyn and yeah, it's just been all over the place. Yeah. Really.
And how do you feel about the response that you got? Because I mean, it's crazy. And let's explain the project. So the project is you basically ask somebody what they would do with their last 24 hours, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you, I mean, and this was because of your grandmother. This was kind of like an idea sparked. Godmother.
My godmother, yeah.
Okay.
Marjorie Smith. Love you.
So yeah, tell me about what it was like to like meet some of these people and what was like what was the response that you got when you would ask these people? Like, it's a weird question to ask,
like,
you know.
They were like, who is this girl?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What so what was
talk to me about like the response you were getting from those questions and like in the project.
Yeah. The people who I'd already built a relationship with were intrigued. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, that's different. You know, like most people were like, that's different. Yeah. Which is what I want. I don't want to be like, hey, like I want you to be shocked and brought back to a space of like really like core creativity. You know what I mean? Like core, like what is your purpose rather than like who do you like? Like what are you into? Like that's just surface level. I didn't want it to be surface level and the people that I'm meeting, like I remember, oh my God. I remember I went to Broccoli Fest and that's where I took a photo. I think, did I take the picture of Sango at Broccoli Fest? Yeah. I ran into Ninth Wonder.
Okay.
And I have his photo, but he didn't give me a response.
Yeah.
Because he was just like, Prince had just died. Prince had just passed away. And I think it was kind of too soon, which is something I learned. Like, sometimes you got to just be like, look at, the situation.
The wider picture, the bigger picture,
Yeah.
Like, oh, a big artist just died.
Can't really do this right now.
Yeah.
But I asked him, like, hey, what would you do with 24 hours to live? And he was like, what? Like, his face, I saw his face just go like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who is this person? First of all, how are you backstage?
Mic in the face. Like, was it like a mic in the face situation?
As shit. Like, think about it. I'm this little ass girl. Like, hey, excuse me, like Nardwar. You know, like that's hey, what would you do with your last 24 hours? Yeah. That's me. And he was just like, what? Huh? Like, I'm not finna answer that. I think he just told me, like, I'm not gonna answer that. And I was like, okay, cool, thank you. Yeah. But yeah. People are usually like...
What were some of your favorite responses?
Oh my God, my favorite response... There's two responses that I really, really love that I always talk about. It's one from Black Party. Black Party, I don't know if he does it still.
Black Party, explain, who is that?
Black Party is a producer and
I was thinking, because I only know Black Coffee, right?
Look him up. He's pretty
Black
good.
Coffee? Yeah, I think. Okay,
yeah. Black Coffee is the House Collective.
Okay.
Yeah, they're tight too.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad you know that.
I do know them, yeah.
But Black Party was at the time producing for Kari Fo, and I did an interview with Kari when she was here, and they were my first subjects in the project. So I took a picture of her and took a picture of him and kind of tested the waters with them, and his response was, I would do acid and buy bikes for kids. I was like, this is the project. Yeah. This is exactly, I want everyone to just be this, like, that's crazy. Cool. They're not that crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're like, live. Like, Gallant was like, live. Yeah. I was like, okay, bro, thank you.
I forgot to write a couple of them down. I looked at your page and just saw a couple of them.
I don't have a lot of them out.
Yeah, I saw one. Who was the one that was? It was. I said it was spend time crying. I think I saw.
Oh, I would cry a lot.
I cry a lot.
That one interests me. Tyler Mitchell.
And then didn't you get Jaden Smith too?
Yeah.
What was his? What was his again?
So the thing about Jaden, which is Jaden is the only person that I didn't ask the 3 project questions.
He just went up to you and was like, I feel like I know what you're gonna ask me. What would I do with
no,
the last 24 hours? Right?
No. Okay.
On his spiritual, he's like.
Okay. Randy said he's taking the train right now, so he should be here in a little bit.
Cool. Yeah, we wrap in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So
this is so fun. I love.
This is cool, right?
I really like podcasting.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
What were we talking about? Sorry.
Jaden Smith.
Jaden. Okay, so this was at Camp Flognog. Mm-hmm. There we go. Okay. Camp Flognog. And I finessed my way backstage. I'm a finesser.
Photographer. Just like pass?
Not even, with no passes. First of all,
impressive.
Thank God I look this cute. Because this literally, and when I tell you, and I'm not being cocky, I finesse because I'm like, hi. And just super nice. Yeah. I'm super fucking nice. I make sure I'm decked out with the best outfit, and I have my camera on deck, and I look like I'm supposed to be there. Yeah. And that, like, people take that for granted. If you walk and talk and act like you're supposed to be there, no one's gonna know the difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, security guards would be so like do, and I would just like, all right, they're not looking, I'm walking in. Like, just like. On some shit, and no one ever checked me. And the thing is, I already knew people back there. So once I'm back there,
and then you're just like having conversations. People are like, she knows. They know people.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
You just gotta get in. I don't think I've never snuck into any like festivals.
Dog, just about like 80% of the festivals I've ever gone to, I've snuck into.
Yeah, that's
no
tight.
Joke. Yeah,
I don't even remember the last festival I went on.
Really?
Like it's festival. I've been to concerts, but like festival, I think it was like, shit. I think it might have been like Fool's Gold when it was on Williamsburg and by the water.
Yo.
That might have been. No, I forget a lot of shit.
The Fool's Gold, Jesus Christ.
Like festival though, where it was kind of like promoted as a festival.
Mm-hmm. Was it the street one?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Damn.
That was a minute ago. But I've been to like I said, I've been to shows and concerts. It's just
concerts too. I'm sneaking into concerts all the time.
Yeah. Like, who's the best live performance you've ever seen?
Ever?
Yeah.
Do I have to pick one?
No, you can pick.
Okay.
It's two. Your top two.
Damn, two? Dog, I've been going to concerts since I was like a baby.
Yeah. Well,
it's kind of hard.
I'll go with mine. Because
okay.
I've I haven't been going to concerts since I was a kid, mostly since I was like 20.
See, I've been going since I was like 4.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's another thing. Like, it's like another thing. My mom and my dad, like both of them they're not in anything like music or media related, or my sister, or nobody in my family. So that's like one thing that always confused me is like, where the hell did I get this from, or where did I gain the interest of doing this? But now I just forgot.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, right. What was I just explaining? The concert. Oh,
yeah,
live
concert.
First concert, or not first concert, but the best concert I've been to.
Oh yeah.
It's this dude Jameson. I don't know if you're familiar with this guy.
Does he have like wavy hair?
He used to have long hair, but he's like shaved. He's like has a bald head, but white dude. He's from Detroit.
It's R&B music, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have heard. I've never heard his music, but I've definitely heard people talk about.
It's
him
so good, and he sounds exactly like he does on a record live.
Ooh,
it's one of those artists, you know what I mean? And I saw him back in the day, and he was like, this is before he had his like whole band with him, and it was just him and a drummer. And back then I used to run a blog called Grapevine. The Grapevine. It was like a music blog. And so we used to always post about him. He always would like and retweet our stuff, and he did a meet and greet at the end. But anyways, this guy was like on the stage, and he literally played every instrument that was on the stage. And I was just like, bro, this is crazy. This is so good, But yeah, so let's hear some of yours.
Damn. Okay, so while you were talking, the floodgates opened.
Okay.
I think seeing Outkast
was
probably like I can remember that moment. One, because I was stupid high, and it was like Outkast. They had just got back together and were doing.
Oh, that tour that they did, yeah.
It was at Governor's Ball.
Ah.
Or I think it was Governor's Ball or something like that. But yeah, I remember like being on one of my coworkers, shoulders, like just like going crazy, going fucking nuts. Because I'd never seen Outkast live before.
Yeah, I've never seen either of them.
Like, I didn't grow up, like, I grew up on them, but I wasn't, like, in my prime when they were out. I was, like, a little kid. I was in not even 5th grade, 4th grade, or something like that, when The Love Below came out. My dad had the CD.
You were in 4th grade when The Love Below came out?
You know what? I think I was in 2nd grade, now that I think about it. Like, second grade. Yeah.
How old was I when The Love Below came out? Oh no, Love Below is shake it like a
speaker box. Love Below. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I'm 29.
27.
27. Oh, so yeah. So I was in 4th, 5th grade. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
He's downstairs.
He's downstairs.
Yeah.
Let me. I'm gonna run down and grab him real quick. Is that cool?
Okay. What are you using? A73?
A7S2.
Oh.
A7S2 and a C200 here.
Oh wow, they're all yours?
Yep.
Okay, alright. I have the 7.3. I just got it.
Nice.
Not too long
How do you
ago.
like it?
I like it. I feel like I need to figure out what I want to capture, and then I'll fall in love with like doing stuff. Right now, I'm just like doing content for myself and
I shoot
stuff like that.
podcasts, so this was like
Yeah?
the option. Yeah.
Just exclusively
I
podcasts.
shoot the Joe Budden podcast primarily, and then
cool.
everything else.
Cool.
that comes along. But then I do this one with Jake. It's cool though.
Huh. What lens is this? 85.
70 to 200, 70 to 200.
Oh, 72. Okay.
And then 24 here. He's still recording on everything.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, he's still rolling on everything. Yeah, this might be a little promo clip or something. It's a good episode though.
Say what?
It's a good episode. So
You like it?
Yeah.
I love this. I love talking, like, just about music and about stuff like
podcasts
this.
are
It's dope. How long have you been shooting podcasts?
With
Just in
the
general.
Joe Budden stuff is where I started essentially. Like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
And it's my
Before it became cool to
episode.
podcast.
Yeah.
Hi baby.
All right. Sinatra raps in the building.
Yes, sir.
Pew pew pew.
All right, we're back to it.
You got it? Okay.
What was the last part we were talking about?
We were talking about my Outcast.
Oh yeah, your concert experiences. So Outkast is one of them.
Yeah,
What's the other ones?
Do you know The Time?
No.
Okay, The Time. Okay, so Prince had like a legion of artists, right? That he wrote for and worked for. Vanity 6 is one of them. The Time was another one.
Okay.
I saw that was, I think that was like one of my first, I think either my first concert was Shaka Khan or The Time. Either one of those. But
Shaka Khan, that's legendary.
Shaka Khan.
As a first one? As a first concert?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. My parents did not play. They did not play at all.
Coolest thing I think I did, the coolest thing I went and saw when I was a kid, I think was the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's dope.
That was fire,
That's
though.
crazy.
That was when I was in like 3rd grade.
What?
My mom took me to see the Harlem Globetrotters. That was tight. And I also moved to Florida when it wasn't even a concert, but I moved to Florida when the Marlins won the World Series, which was like a crazy.
I have no idea what that
yeah,
is.
it was just a crazy time for living in Florida.
Okay.
Anyways, so Shaka Khan.
Yeah. My most recent on like concerts I actually went to, I saw Kendrick. He did like I think it was like a BET concert or whatever at Terminal 5.
Okay.
I think it was Terminal 5, which I didn't have a pass to. I actually showed
Snuck
up.
in?
I didn't sneak in that time.
Okay.
I showed up, and I think Rhett was on. I don't know if he's on the team now, but he saw me in the hallway, and I was like, "Hey, I'm the girl that emailed you 15 times. Hi, I'm here." He's like, "Are you by yourself?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Here's a ticket," and I'm like,
Perfect.
"Thank you, sir."
Perfect. I have a cool Kendrick story
That was a
via this guy.
good festival. Yeah.
Yeah, I met.
I love Kendrick stories.
It was my first industry experience. What year was that? It was when we were in college still, right?
Good Mad City. Whenever Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, it was Good Kid, Mad City. It was like it was definitely my first industry experience. But we got to go to Chungking Studios, and we got to hear the album early.
Shut up.
Yeah. Got to hear the album early with Kendrick there and all of them, like behind the glass, like explaining the album. Like no phones, nothing. And the first song they played was "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe," and we were just in the studio oh, this is like, what is this, bro?
Yeah.
He didn't even play the whole album. He only played I think he played like 6 songs. But it was just a crazy moment. Yeah, it was fun.
That is a legendary moment. Like who can say that, you know?
Yeah, that was fun.
Who can say that? I remember like the moment where I was like, this is gonna be burned in my brain forever. He played, what's the song where he's like talking about Michael Jordan? Do you know what I'm talking? It's like
it's
off
the it's a black and white cover.
What is that called?
No,
that's the one with the
Smoking Corinthians.
Is it Dedicated?
Right, it was the one right after that. Overly Dedicated.
Yeah,
Overly dedicated. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, I'd never heard it before. But I don't like standing in one place when I'm at a concert. And I'm little, I'm moving around, right?
Yeah.
So I remember going to like the 3rd tier, and he started playing that, and I just saw the whole room just whoosh.
Yeah.
Yo.
One of those
I'm getting
moments.
chills just even like
Yeah,
because I remember it. It was crazy. It was so crazy. Like I felt good to just be in the crowd.
Yeah.
Most times at concerts, I just want to go in, do my work, and leave. But I felt good to be a part of that community, to watch him do that and like hear him chant those words, and like I felt like, yo.
I went to a Wiz Khalifa concert back in the day. I had either just finished college or was still in college. I've never seen so many people pass out at a concert in my life.
At a Wiz? I've seen that at Travis.
Because it was just hot, smoked out.
Oh.
You know what I mean? There was people were just falling out. I think maybe like 15 people passed out in the concert because he was like mad late. You know what I mean? It was like he came on at like everybody got there like 7. This is like right around when I first started going to shows, so I didn't know the rule about like when an event starts at 8, you don't go until like 9:30, 10.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
before-
I showed up early, so I was there from like 7 till like from 7. I saw every
early.
performer. I saw every performer for sure. From 7 till like 12, I think he didn't perform, and we're just like this. I just started smoking too at that point, so we were just like all smoking, and yeah, it was fun. It was
That
fun.
sounds
I
really
love concerts.
fun.
I can't wait to get back to normal.
Me too.
Yeah.
I miss it. I really miss it.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, I want to touch on this
Yeah.
last thing that you're working on because I also have I might want to link you up with somebody.
Oh,
my
please.
mother,
Hi,
because she
Mom.
needs help. She needs help, and I like your.
I love mothers.
Talk to me about Sire Global.
Sire Global, yes.
A female-based creative agency.
Yes, sir.
All females. All women.
All of us.
Yes.
The two of us.
Oh, it's two of you. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You're a co-founder.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
So right now it's me and my homegirl Esther, who actually works at Milk Makeup right now.
Okay.
And,
Shout out to Milk. I used to work there
yeah.
for a little bit.
Oh, you did?
I did. Yeah, in the events team.
That's why your skin is so beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Just water.
Yo, I don't understand how men can just splash water on their faces and like y'all look like a fucking.
I just
like,
wash my face
God.
once a day, or yeah, once a day.
With what?
In the morning
Car
and then
oil.
no.
Or that's what y'all be doing.
Somebody-
and no pimples, no just.
Hey, I used to have really bad
Immaculate.
acne though in middle school. I had, like
Oh, yeah?
high school. I took medications for it actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all good. I'm
You
here
glowed
now.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
look
know.
great.
So yeah, Sear Global.
Sire.
Sire.
It's okay. Well, that's something that I'm definitely gonna be doing more into the new year.
Yeah.
It's a creative agency. I want to have. Well, I will have it. A space for people to come, like kind of like this. That's
Yeah.
why I was so intrigued, like that you were telling me about the space, is
Yeah,
because.
I'll link you up with the guy too if you're ever interested for the space.
Yes, please.
He's super cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But I feel like our community should have something like that that's
Yeah.
affordable. You know what I mean? Because when you're first starting out, it's hard to figure out what you actually need.
Yeah.
Like equipment wise, lighting, like sound, like
Mm-hmm.
all these things. It's hard and it's expensive to even learn that shit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So for me, I want to provide a space for creatives, whether it's like starting out like you're 14 or whatever, or even if you're like years in the game, just a place where people can congregate and rent it out and do whatever, just a full service space.
What are some of the services you guys will provide? Like a lot of online marketing strategy stuff.
Yeah. So content creation, marketing, digital marketing strategy, just kind of business planning, and just basically anything that you feel like you need in the creative space.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find someone to do that for you within
Cool.
our network. If it's not gonna be me or if it's not gonna be Esther, we have a Rolodex of female photographers. We have
Yeah.
a Rolodex of like spaces or like creatives like yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're building right now, because I feel like that doesn't exist. And we all know each other, but we're not linked in
Yeah.
a space where a company can say, I need XYZ. Okay, well, I have all the people you need to hire. Here you go. Boom. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
That's basically what Sire is going to be.
Yeah. No, it interested me too because I like that it's
Thank
all
you.
women that work there. Because my mom has a company and I really want to get her help with. She does. I mean, I'm not home. I'm not able to like really kind of be hands on with it.
Yeah.
But my mom has a company called Bella's. It's for women who have suffered abuse and like throughout through their lives, and it's basically like a it's just like a service, it's like a counseling / like events, like bringing all these women together and like sharing their stories. And basically I really want to help her like build a website and make it interactive so she can get the ball rolling with people being involved with the website or interacting with the
how?
website. I just think like even just like a basic blog that people could like, I mean, I can do stuff like that, but I'm just talking about making her site look nice and really putting together a strategy. Or honestly, I'm saying because I don't even really know how that stuff works. You know what I mean? Like I kind of just am imagining the things that you guys would be working on.
Yeah.
No, it's just something I was interested in, and I just like I thought I would link you guys up, and I just
Please do.
Because my mom's company's for women as well, so it just seemed like, maybe she can get the ball rolling a little bit.
Yeah, please. I would love
cool.
that. I would love that. That sounds like a really like necessary initiative.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. It's good. And both women in my life have been victims of that, so it's
Me
like
too.
a
lot of women have.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I just want to get the ball rolling on that. I just figured I'd bring it up. Yeah. But I
Give
think
my number.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna hook you guys up. So before we get out here though,
Yeah.
tell people what you're working on, like where people can find you. I'm gonna have all your information posted in the bio of stuff. But yeah, like what you got going next? What's next for you?
What's next for me? Well, recently I've been on Clubhouse because I fucking love Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Like I'm obsessed with it. And I've been running these like Instagram audits. So you can just hop on and I'll go through your Instagram with you. And basically like it's a free consultation of like what I would do if you were a client of mine.
Okay.
So I'm working on that and developing like strategy where I can distribute it outside of you being a client for me. So if it's like a PDF or something like that, like tangible content.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna start, and I love that this is like an entry point into this, but I'm gonna start talking about the interviews that I've done, because I have like 6 years of work that like
You're just
no
sitting
one
on
knows about. Exactly. I actually reached out to Mass Appeal last night.
Awesome.
About like, hey, because they archived everything.
Yeah.
So I reached out to someone on the team like, hey, can I have access to that? Because I have like all these like I have like interviews with Erykah Badu and like SZA when she first came out, Kehlani, Tinashe, like all these people, and they've grown so much. But I feel like people need to see where they were before.
Yeah.
Like that's just so cool to see.
Yeah, it is
like,
cool. And especially because time has progressed, so it's kind of like a flashback.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a flashback.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah,
of like,
exactly. Time capsule, yeah.
Yeah. Like I was looking at an interview, like my first interview was Mac Miller, and I was looking at that and I was just like, wow, like I remember this,
Yeah.
like not a lot of people were there. So the people who do, who didn't know him and do still like listen to him, are not even aware of that person.
Yeah.
So it's just really nice to see that person and give them those flowers while they're still here, you know what I mean, and like see their progression as an artist.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start talking about those interviews that I've done.
Cool.
And
Via what?
creating a video. I'm gonna do like a little series where I'm just like,
Awesome.
this is
And it's going to be posted on YouTube and Instagram video,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't know what
Instagram.
they call it, Instagram Reels
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna make it on my website too,
Yeah.
because I'm a big advocate of like, don't just put stuff on social media, because social media can crash at any point.
True,
Like I want to have my shit. Like I've been through so many experiences, like it's gone, you know what I mean? Like I want to have my stuff and I want to monetize it too. Like when you think about it, you're giving that company authority over your work. You're giving them like, people don't even read the freaking like, I know I don't fucking read it, so I'm not even gonna say that I do, but people don't read the
Privacy,
fine print.
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
read that shit. They don't
Yeah.
even know that they don't own their stuff anymore. Like if I robbed the bank and CNN was like, we gotta find her, they're gonna look up my Facebook page.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at my Instagram. They're gonna like,
True.
I'm not gonna but long story short, like I want to have my things somewhere else where I can directly monetize off of them and keep my audience to myself.
Cool.
As opposed to like giving my audience to someone else and then having to pay that company to get my audience back. It's kind of backwards to me.
Yeah, and it goes back to being hands-on and like you're having your own thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. These are the notes that I write in my
Yeah.
notebooks.
So they're in my head, I got them.
In my productivity kit, I'm like, all right, monetize your own stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's in
it's true.
there.
It's true. Yo,
Yeah.
Gia,
Yeah.
we gotta
Yes.
wrap it. I appreciate you coming on. Seriously, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And
This is so fun.
it was fun, right?
Yeah. It's like a therapy session.
It was nice.
I went through my school years
and
my
and it was like the calm before the storm that's coming. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm
God.
surprised. You know about the storm that's coming, right?
Yeah, bro.
She didn't know about
I
it.
didn't know about it.
I
I
was
don't
like,
know
I've been
about
hearing about it
anything
all
though.
over,
Like
you know?
I'm honestly, he wouldn't even. I don't know what's happening. No, I don't know a goddamn thing. I don't. Did I eat? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, I will give you a little thank you for coming in.
Thank you
And that's
for
a wrap,
having
dude.
me.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Bye, y'all.